jewel case version for anyone and everyone. Right, so the problem is that now that I've made it, I've just been told that in order for it to go into the shops, the retail price that it would cost you, this was going to be the only version out in the shops for the first 100,000. So all of those of you who've waited for ages would go and get this one, but you wouldn't have an option because this would be the only one. And it was never meant to be like deluxe or anything like that. It was just nice packaging, you know. Anyway, so I got the shock of my life when I heard that it was going to cost you $20.99 for no extra music, just this packaging was costing that much money, and I was absolutely mortified. Because at the end of the day, all it is paper. It's just paper. I know, exactly. What? Wow. Oh my God. I know, exactly. It's ridiculous. So I was really, really upset about that. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do? I spent all this time kind of making this, you know, lovely packaging, not expecting it to be anywhere near that amount of money, like maybe a couple of dollars extra or $3 extra maximum, but that was it. And I thought it would be worth it because it would be really, really pretty and something a little extra for those of you who've been following me for ages. Anyway, so I was told that, and I just said, well, there's no way that I can justify asking people to pay that much money for something which has no extra music. I was told this 2 or 3 days ago. I don't have any time to record any new music at all. And actually, I don't want to because the album is perfect the way it is. I don't want to have extra tracks and all that nonsense because I just want it to be what it is, which is what I intended it to be. So now I feel like I've been backed into a corner because the shops, I think, are setting this ridiculous price. And I don't want the only CD that you can buy after all this time to be that much money, because it's not fair. So now what I'm doing is, so then I was like, okay, well, let's release the standard jewel case version as well. So that's going to be like $9.99 or $11.99 or whatever that is. That standard jewel case still got 28 pages, and it's got gloss, and it's got nice little pink, well, it's kind of silvery writing. It's very nice still, and you know, all the flicker pictures in it. But it's still a jewel case, it's still a plastic case. And that was kind of my, okay, if you let me do this, I'll give you a standard jewel case, because Target and certain people don't like stocking it unless it's a jewel case, because they're backward. Not Target in particular, just some retailers. So basically, yes. So now I'm like, right, I can't let that happen, that's unfair, and no one's going to want to pay that much money. So I have decided to put a 2-disc thing in this $20.99 piece. So what I'm going to put in it now is the instrumentals and the instrumental versions of the same album. And apparently the difference in cost between the instrumentals 2 CD one and the 1 CD one is very, very little, which I thought is weird, but apparently it's to do with tiering amounts, because they think that the hardback version is a deluxe version, even though it's not deluxe, it's just slightly nice packaging, but it's got no extra music on it. It's so complicated and irritating. That's what I've had to deal with for the last 3 days, after 2 years and 3 months of making this record. Okay, so basically, yeah, so I've decided to have an instrumental CD and the normal CD inside the hardbacked version. So the hardback version, which will still be expensive, will have instrumental and normal, but at the same time of release. If you don't want to buy the instrumentals and you don't want to pay that much money, then you just get the other one, the normal one, the plastic jewel case one, which is still very nice, but it's not as nice as the other one. But what I didn't want was this. I didn't want exactly what's happened, where I've got one product which gives more music than the other, because I wanted everyone to just have the same option at the beginning. And then when all of those are sold out, then there's only one option again, you know, and it's those people who didn't buy the first copy's fault for not knowing about me, or whatever, so they get the normal one. But those of you who did get the nice one, right? So that was the idea. And so the issue now is, that there's 2. And what I'm struggling with is, you know, when I went to school, I had to wear a school uniform until I was 12. And that's a little bit posh. But what was good about it was the people who maybe didn't have so much money wore exactly the same uniform as the people who did have loads of money. And I liked that. I liked that everyone was on an even keel and there was no like, ooh, I've got a bit more money than you so I can get this. I don't like that nonsense, which is why I didn't want to do it. But now I feel like I have to do it because I just don't think, I don't think it's, I don't think just for the packaging, because the retailers are setting it, it's worth $10 extra. So, right, now I've got that off my chest. So basically, I'm just salvaging it by putting an extra CD in that disc. And what I'm going to do is, because there's possibility now that the US label won't be able to manufacture that in time, but I'm going to sell them from my website because I can manufacture them in time because I'm cool. But as a result of that, it might mean it's slightly more expensive again. It's all very complicated and very irritating, and it's not my fault. So, so what do you all think? What do you think about that? You don't care. You don't care. What's the What's the $20 one like? Okay, the $20 one is like, it's like a hardback, like that. It's got the same pages in it that the jewel case version has got, but it's just a nice hardback. It's like a book, and that's really the main difference, which is why it's ridiculous that it's $10 more. I want to swear. That's all you get. But now you're getting the CD along with it, but you might have to pay an extra $2 more for that. So stupid. Okay. If you sold them, would it be cheaper, less profit margin? Maybe. I'm trying to figure that out. Wine. Yes, I need some wine, exactly. I already pre-ordered the album. Good. Okay, I hope that's good. Like the tack casing. I don't know. I haven't seen that. I've got it. I bought it as a download. Yes. What about the vinyl? Okay, the vinyl is going to come out much later. I'm gonna do like, I'm gonna do a special thing, if anybody wants it, around December for like a kind of a Christmassy type thing, or a holidays type thing, or a New Year type thing, because a lot of people of you are asking for the vinyls. Now, I haven't had time to press the vinyls because I'm trying to do it all myself, and I just haven't had a minute to do that. But it would be very nice. So what I'm going to do is a kind of a box thing with the vinyls in it. The DVD will come along with it. You can buy the DVD on its own, but you can also get it in this box. And then what else? There'll be some photographs. And actually, I'm trying to figure out this kind of pass thing, which you get if you buy one of these boxes, and it means that you can jump to the front of the queue at an Imogen Heap gig. Which I quite like the idea of that. You just wave your badge and they go, oh yes, please come in. You still have to pay. Okay. Okay, so what's right? So I love vinyl, right? Hello, oh my god. What's happening to the song that there was later? Oh goodness.